Oh, crap. All right, Elaine, hang on. Oh, I'm getting it to you. Just hang on. I'm getting it to you right now. I got it. I'm hanging up so I can get it done. Bye. Hang tight, you guys. We're getting Elaine the Zoom link. So.
Elaine didn't have the Zoom link?
Apparently not. So I just emailed it to her.
Not having a good day.
And on the recording, I think I said a bad word. So I hopefully we can delete that bad word out of the beginning of it. Okay, Renee, are you planning on being here for a while?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna make Elaine a host. Could I make you a co-host so you can let people in if that
would be
it's
perfect.
asking for admittance, which I didn't realize it was gonna do.
Yeah, I'd
Let
be
me
happy to do that.
Thank you very much. Let me get Elaine going first. Sure, she'll be here.
Hello, Patty.
There we go. All right, we're almost rocking and rolling. There, okay, almost.
Your fan club's here, Elaine.
Whoop, whoop. Unmute yourself, Elaine. Okay, so Elaine, I'm gonna make you the host, make Elaine a host. And then I'm gonna make Renee a co-host so she can let people in.
Awesome.
Is it letting me do that? Renee. Huh. Oh. It's not letting me do it now since I made you the host. So Elaine, you have to make Renee a co-host, I guess. It's not letting me do it.
Okay. Got it.
All right. Thank you, ladies. So Renee, if you can keep an eye if people are trying to get in.
Yeah, they're breaking down the doors.
That's okay.
Thank you, Elaine.
You're welcome, Sweet Pea. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye.
There you go.
All right. Can you guys see my screen?
We can see your screen. I love the models class.
Uh-huh. Is that what you were doing?
No, they just showed it.
Oh.
The
Oh, and the roll through?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to wait another minute and then we'll start.
Okay. Is this the screen you want us to be on?
Just for a moment, there is, yes. I want to just show one thing, and then we're going to go into the, we're going to go into command, and we're going to look at the agent-to-agent referral page.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not teaching the agent-to-agent referrals off the materials, because the materials are archaic. Compared to what we have available. So we're gonna use that instead, and then we'll go through the prior materials through the PowerPoint and just sort of talk about each chapter.
I have a feeling this is not going to go the full 2 hours.
No, we'll not when there's 5 of us on here. No. And if you guys can turn your screens on, rather than having us look at your names and your other stuff, that would be great. Okay, well, I'm going to start. So I'm starting, just so you guys know, I'm starting on this page because I want everybody to know where they can find the white pages. So if everyone can see this, the reason we wanted to look at the white pages is because agent-to-agent referrals, if you don't know if there's a market center in that location and you want to do a quick check, you can go to the white pages. And in the white pages, you have this is the old school referral directory, but you can look up regional information. You can print a roster from a market center. You can look up the market center information. And if you don't know someone in that market center that you want to refer someone to, and you want to talk to the team leader or the MCA or the agent services coordinator, you can pull that information by going to the market center information search page. So does that, everybody on board with that? All right, Renee, just unmute everyone. Thank you. So that's what I wanted to show you on this page. What I really want to show you is, has anyone used the agent-to-agent referral system within Command?
No.
You have not, have you, Renee?
I have not used it.
Okay. You guys are.
Okay, guys, come on, turn your, you can at least turn your little microphones on, please.
Hello. Trust me, Renee and I have had all these conversations previously, okay?
We've known each other for 12 years. I know what's coming.
Has it been 12 years?
Yeah.
Pretty damn close to 12 years, huh, Renee?
Yeah, because what did you, oh, yay, thank you.
Yay! See, look, and we're not going to pick on you.
Much. Okay, so this is how to do the agent-to-agent referral in Command.
In Command. So the question I have for whoever is on the Keller Williams Gateway site, or Gary or Elam, did I get your name right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, or Patty, is I'm going to assume that you all are not living where you were born, besides Renee and I. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, so Elam, where are you from?
I was born in Afghanistan.
Okay, that probably isn't going to help me with my example. When you first came to the United States, where did you live?
Tracy, California.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, dear. Hi, Patty. Okay, unmute yourself, Patty. This is going to be interactive.
I'm unmuted. Hello.
Thank you, dear. Okay, so Tracy, California. Now, we can look. I have to move your little window because you guys are over where I want to be. We can look and see within the map search on Tracy, California, not based on production, based on referral patterns. Now,
wow,
that is outgoing referrals from Tracy, California.
I think it repopulated Santa Cruz.
Oh, it did. Okay, sorry.
Now, where did you go to get that? You went to,
This is within the referral network. You click on the map.
so that's under command, okay.
Yeah. And then there is no referral patterns from Tracy, California.
That's because everybody loves it so much they never leave.
What's close to Tracy? Stockton?
Yeah.
Stockton or Livermore.
Let's look at Stockton. Okay.
Wow.
Now, these are referrals going out, okay? So if I had a client base in Stockton, California, I would want to make sure that I had a referral partner in each of these areas. And you can see where they're going based on the graph that's on the far right. So 11% of the people migrating out of Stockton are going to Elk Grove, okay, in Sacramento. And you have Bakersfield, Las Vegas, Palmdale, Fresno. Clearly, they like those kind of areas. Now, where are the people coming into Tracy or from Stockton coming from? Now, what if you wanted to receive these referrals? So you have 16% of people moving into Stockton are coming from Tucson, Arizona. So how easy would it be to develop a referral partnership with a KW agent in Tucson, California?
So is that from 123 actual transactions? It says top 20 from 123, or is that 123 different?
It's the top 20 locations that 123 of the referrals are coming into Stockton from.
Okay.
So they're migration patterns. Does that make sense? So when I look at Santa Cruz, just for grins and giggles, and there's something else we can do with this too. So these are where people these are going city to city into Santa Cruz. Look at this. Those are people leaving Santa Cruz. So again, Elk Grove's on the top of the list. So if I was an agent in Elk Grove, which I'm not, nor are any of you, but I would make sure that I had partners in other locations, because there's a lot of movement to and fro with Elk Grove, because it was number one in Stockton too, right?
Yep.
So Patty, where are you from?
I was born in Illinois.
Okay. Did you move from Illinois to Scotts Valley?
No, Illinois, South San Francisco.
Okay, so let's look at San Francisco. There's no referral patterns from SF, California.
It'd be massive. The other thing,
That's weird.
just while you're looking that up,
Pardon me?
You can maybe try Daly City.
Yeah.
is that if a lot of people are going to Elk Grove, what I would do is get to know the agents in Elk Grove, because chances are people look for a house first before they sell theirs.
So I did Burlingame. So these are people leaving Burlingame. Those are people coming into Burlingame.
Where are the people that are going across the ocean, the leaving?
What do you mean across the ocean?
Hawaii.
Go back to the leaving Burlingame. There. Are they?
Honolulu.
Oh, they're going to Hawaii.
Mhm.
Yep. And then you can move the map. Well, here I can make the map smaller too.
Huh.
So you've got Houston, 5% to Houston, 1% to Dallas, 1% to Chesapeake Bay, 1%, 2% to New York, Tucson, Scottsdale, Santa Monica, Portland, Oregon. So Now, as a team leader, I'm just going to take this one more. If you were wanting to build a downline and you were an agent in Burlingame, California, you could say, where are people coming from that are moving to my area? And could I start doing a little Aaron Kaufman in, let's say, Minneapolis or Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, or where's this? Cherry Hill, New Jersey. So I could start building relationships with these people to Austin and say, hey, the migration patterns are showing that you potentially or someone you know could be moving into the Bay Area at some point in time. I'd like to be a real estate resource. And I have found over time, a lot of people get into the real estate business because they either had an incredible experience with their real estate agent or they had a miserable experience. And if they had a miserable experience, their thought process is, I could do a better job. This migration pattern can be used for so much stuff for your business. You don't need to raise your hand, darling. Just speak loudly.
So is this just KW agents or is it any real estate agent?
This information is coming from the referral relationships that are happening within KW. I will tell you, and I didn't know this when I started working here, and I will honestly say I probably really didn't know this until about 5 years ago. We are one of the only brokerage franchises, and I will say with our close intimate group here, we are the only brokerage franchise that all uses the same system, which is why we have this information. There is no other brokerage that has this information because they all work independent. They don't all, Century 21s, they can use some of the system. They don't have to use all of it. They don't have a gathering place for all the referrals that happen in their company or does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I think that there is a lot of stuff we could do with this. Patty, if you were going to move, where would you go?
Oh, well, let's do Franklin, Tennessee.
Really?
I know, crazy. Franklin, Tennessee, or outside the Fort Worth area.
Okay. So look, here's the migration pattern. Here's Patty moving to Franklin, Tennessee. Now, look, they don't make it all the way to the West Coast.
Smart people.
It's probably a little too far to the left.
It is on the map.
Yeah, but look, you've got 2% going to Austin, 2% going to Vegas, 1% going to Louisville, Williamsville, New York, Lake Havasu. And these are just within KW. But if you think about it as a multiplier for more movement, I literally think this designs was my favorite part of Command, but now this is my favorite part of Command.
So I've got a question.
Yeah.
What is the period of the data that has been collected here? I mean, what are they looking in the last year?
I'm gonna guess. Oh, I left my water. Oh, poop. I'm gonna guess that it's probably fairly recent because we were. That's a great question, though, Patty. So I don't really. I'm not sure. That's a great question. Renee will research that while we're on here.
Oh, she will.
Hi, Zach. Can we see your smiling face? Maybe, Zachary. Hi. Hi. Where are you from, Zachary? What office are you in?
San Jose Gateway.
San Jose Gateway. So have you always lived in San Jose?
Correct.
Okay. So let's look at San Jose. Did we look at San Jose earlier?
No, we haven't.
So these are people moving out of San Jose. Interesting, Austin. So another tech hub. That's probably why they're moving out of San Jose. Peoria, Illinois,
Ugh.
Roseville, Las Vegas, Huntsville, Alabama, Cincinnati, Reno, Hillsboro, Oregon, Portland, San Diego, Danville. What about the other direction? Fremont. That's interesting. 10% of the results, and there's 89 results. That gives you some idea, Patty, how long they've been doing this. Moved from Fremont, California. We have a market center in Fremont.
With a fabulous team leader.
With a fabulous team leader, used to be an agent in our office, fabulous. But that's interesting. So you've got a market center that's close by, and 10% of the movement. So in this case, there's 89 results. So what is that? 8.5 people have moved from Fremont to San Jose. So if you had a listing in San Jose that you wanted to sell and it wasn't selling, and you wanted to market it to a market center close by, what market center would you choose?
Fremont.
You can go Cupertino Market Center, Colorado Springs, Danville, Walnut Creek, Oakland. We have market centers in all those places. Does that make sense, everyone?
So what's the approach here? Do you just like a message, or do you give them up a call, or
I think I would go, and this is just me. I mean, there's no scientific facts here, but I would probably go into Command and build a marketing piece that I could then send through the system and do a drip to the agents that are in the market center in Fremont that makes you a referral partner. Now you've got a market center that's close by, so you're probably going to have to do more than a 25% referral fee. However, you could create a relationship with them, offering them, I don't know, do you ever read the back of the real estate magazines that come through CAR and all that? In the very back pages, they have a bunch of agents who are offering increased referral fees. So you could use that format and send it to those agents in that market center that says, you know, the migration pattern shows that 10% of people from Fremont are moving to San Jose. I'd like to be your referral partner, and I offer a 40% referral fee. The flip side of that is, let's see who's moving to Fremont. So now you've got people from Colorado Springs moving to Fremont. You've got people from Fremont moving to San Jose. Interesting.
This is really.
What, Zachary?
I said this is really cool.
Isn't it cool? I know. So it's funny because we have a relationship with an agent that has an expansion team in like 3 or 4 different areas right now. He uses this. He does a training in our market center once a month that you guys are all invited to. And he did an agent to agent referral training, and this is what they showed. And they use this when they're trying to determine where they're going to put an expansion location. And then they test the market with the lead accelerator to see, well, are they getting enough business to substantiate putting a partner in that market center? So they use the information in just a different way. So they have like, they're in Colorado Springs. They're now in Phoenix. Trying to remember where else they are. I think they're in somewhere in Nevada. So they'll run this back and forth and see where people are hopping to within where they have hubs located. And then they use this migration pattern to go, hey, well, we have a hub in Fremont, but we don't have a hub in Colorado Springs. So maybe we should look at doing lead accelerator ads in Colorado Springs to see if we get enough traction to actually go in and create a partnership in a market center in Colorado Springs. Well, and I just think this is a wealth of information, and you can do so much with it if you just play around with it.
Try Watsonville. See if anyone's leaving Watsonville.
I don't know if Watsonville will show, Renee, but we'll find out.
So that's the question. I think just Santa Cruz County shows up, right? Or Santa Cruz.
There's Watsonville.
Did it
There's
show up?
Watsonville. Let's see what it says.
Oh.
See,
No
because there's
referral.
no office there.
Ah. Oh, I thought there was.
Well, there is, but there's not a migrate. Well, it's part of us, though. That's the problem. It's attached to us.
Yeah. So it would be any area that we service.
Yeah, we could look at, how about Carmel? You guys look at Carmel? We know there's an office in Carmel.
Why would anyone leave Carmel?
Carmel by the sea. Evidently, they don't leave Carmel. Nope,
Can you check out Gilroy? I'm kind of curious.
I sure can. Now, so there's no market center in Gilroy.
Is that how it tracks all this?
Yeah, because it's all through KW.
Oh.
So, and there is a market center, a business center in Salinas, but it's attached to the Carmel Market Center. So that's not going to work.
So this would probably be a really good thing to look at when you're picking the areas to send your Zapier flyer to. Good.
Good.
Very good. Yes.
You could also do it on, let's say, so that's referral patterns. You could do it on production. So this is telling you the agents, they're ranking them on production within this certain area.
Yeah, but look at who's here.
Yeah. Because
mean,
they're in the referral network. They're active in the referral network.
When you say they're active, have they actually done? I'm active in it.
So are those just the people that are using command that are popping up on this?
Well, let's see. Hang on here. So this is, I don't know who, oh, she's with Julia's group. Wendy, she's in here. Dave's here. Michael from Scottsdale. These are mostly, there's a Los Gatos agent. Yeah. So what they're doing is they're probably doing insights within command. Because remember, originally command was doing a referral network based on agent production. If you typed in an area, they would rank the agents based on production. Then they decided that an agent that's particularly busy, big producer, isn't necessarily the best person to do a referral to. So then they started doing, let's rank them by their knowledge of the area. So neighborhood insights came into play in the partnership with Nextdoor. Is anybody doing those?
I have insights. I don't think I have enough. I maybe have 14.
Okay. So what I would suggest is that, hang on, let me turn this down. You time block to do neighborhood insights in the area you want to do business. And if that's 5 areas, do 1 on Monday, 1 on Tuesday, 1 on Wednesday, 1 on Thursday, 1 on Friday.
I have another question.
Laura talks about having a stool on your bench. Treat this as a lead generation stool, as part of your lead generation stool to to create that habit, and because you know you're being ranked. So there's an agent in our office who dominates Santa Cruz and Neighborhood Insights. And no one's even close. And she does about 8 to 12 deals a year in the 800 to $1.5 million range based on these referrals. Are you waving?
I have a question.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at my insights now. Last updated a year ago. Do we have to be active with our insights for them to work, or can we just post and go?
I think you can post and go.
Okay.
So
if there's two people, like there's like three of us that focus in on, at one point focused in on Watsonville. We were all kind of, when this first came out, we were kind of like this. And it's the one that gets the most detail and gets hit the most. So what you want to do is make it as attractive as possible so that when someone goes in and they're looking at a particular area, they want to, you want to be able to show them as much as possible.
yeah, look at excuse you. You guys don't probably know. I don't have a filter. I don't know who Bob Brisky is.
I have no idea who he is.
708 area code. But he's got, 2 in here. Here's Megan's stuff now.
Yeah.
Megan is the one who's in there. So you've got, you go out you get a new restaurant in your area, do an insight on it. I mean, the map is pretty populated, right? With all the little dots. And do you see here? Megan.
She did do, I don't think she did Scotts Valley, Patty, but she did.
So let's look.
She did do Santa Cruz and she did Watsonville.
So are the insights just a review?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're just literally saying, hey, here's a great restaurant. Here's where I go get my coffee.
Oh, I guess
Here's a picture of where I take my walk every morning. This is where I ride my bike. Here's where I walk my dog. This is my favorite grocery store.
So what's the benefit of doing this on here?
So your neighborhood insight, if I'm looking for, where was that in Tennessee, Patty?
Franklin.
I'm there and I decide I want to move to Scotts Valley and I'm looking for a referral agent to refer my family's business to. I can go in here or if I don't know who those people are and I type in Santa Cruz, Scotts Valley agent, the agents are going to get ranked on that end based on their neighborhood insights, because then you're viewed as an expert in the area.
That makes sense. Okay.
So if you want to drill down and if I was moving, let's say I was moving to Scotts Valley and I knew that I didn't want to be on this side of you guys can't see my hand. Didn't want to be on this side of Highway 17. I knew I wanted to be over here, but I wanted to be somewhere up in this area. Who did this insight? Ooh, Chinese food, yum. That looks good. Okay, Megan's been there. Oh.
That's a picture she took and uploaded then?
She probably pulled it off the web.
Yeah.
I trust me, Megan has probably not driven to Scotts Valley to have Chinese food at Scotts Valley Chinese restaurant ever.
She's just uploading all the insights.
Yep. Look.
But eventually, based on, you see the little up and down? No, I guess that's a review of the place, right?
Where are you sending me the up and down? Tell me where you want me to go.
The thumbs up.
The thumb up and there.
Right.
What is that? That you like the review or you like the place?
I think it's like the insight.
It should be a review.
I think it's a review for the insight. It looks like it anyway.
Yeah,
it does. And I think if you were to get a lot of positive reviews on your insight, you're going to, even if there were 2, because like I said, I could go in and now and do Chubby's Diner also. But if I did Chubby's Diner, where it was more popular than Megan's Chubby's Diner, then mine would be the one that comes up more often, or I would be,
Is there none in San Jose? Is there
It
none?
doesn't look like there is, does there?
I'm about to start filling in some right now.
I think you'd be crazy not to.
Did you do Campbell?
Sure.
But start with South San Jose, Zach. Blossom Valley and all that, and go out.
Why do you say South San Jose?
Because that you're in Gateway, so that's kind of where you're emphasizing. So, you know, if just.
But where do you live? Where do you go?
I live in Morgan Hill.
Okay. So do Morgan Hill.
Here, let's just, this is,
Not much in at all.
Boy.
So are there really no insights?
well, here's, see now, there's Los Gatos High School, Los Gatos Creek, Los Gatos Trail, Los Gatos DMV, but nothing specifically general enough to tag Los Gatos.
Is this a new feature or something? No, just people aren't taking advantage, I guess.
I think when it was one of the first things that came out, and I think everybody was hot and heavy about it. And then as more stuff started going into command, I think we kind of lost, I know I lost focus. I won't speak for everybody.
Well, and then if you're doing, you know, let's look at Megan. She's, and I know Megan is awesome, but she didn't personally do this. She has a VA that does this stuff for her. But so she's doing this, right? Spending her time doing this, but she's not getting anything back right away. Most of us, because of how realtors are wired, we've moved on to something else. But if you were to go in here and start really being purposeful, you know, you've got 5 applets in command. This class is not about command, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. You have 5 applets in command. So just like we just broke down doing, you know, each area in neighborhood insights 1 day a week, what if you were to spend 1 day a week inside each applet? So you're not, you're really purposeful. So on Mondays, I go in, I do a neighborhood insight, and then I dive deep into contacts. And I make sure my people are tagged. I make sure, you know, has everybody looked at the library of smart plans recently? It's overwhelming, but so much better than having to go in and build your own. But we have this gigantic library now that we don't have to pay for, but is anyone using it?
Yeah.
Good girl, Patty. Love you. You know, are you using the task manager? Are you, you know, have you done, we just learned a whole bunch of stuff in the referral area, right? Opportunities. What if you used opportunities like a checklist for a transaction rather than just using it at the end when you're going to get paid? My coach says everybody who is building a relationship with a buyer or a seller should put those people into opportunities immediately, because it puts them top of mind and it causes you to go back and check on them, and it gives you a business pipeline.
Even if they're A, B, or C?
Even if they're A, well, if they're A's, they definitely should go in.
Yeah.
But if it's you know, if you have 100 A's, then it may be difficult to manage. But if you have 20 A's and 25 B's and 10 C's, why not have them in there? You know, we've got campaigns. I went in there today. I don't know, Patty or Renee, if you saw the announcement I did for Gina joining us. I built that in command in like 5 minutes after I figured out which one I wanted and what I wanted it to look like. It looks, I mean, I think I did a really good job.
You did.
Looks good.
Yeah, it's clean, it's neat. But there's, you know, there's just so many opportunities in here And it all will drive your business.
Can you show us how to do an insight? How to make one?
I don't know. I've never done one.
So we're
Let's
cut-
try.
Can we try to figure it out?
You betcha.
There you go.
Okay. Well, look, you're gonna have to you're gonna cue me though, okay, Zach? So what place?
Let's do round one Oak Ridge. Let's do, or not Oak Ridge, it's East Ridge, I think.
Oak Ridge?
It's no, it's East Ridge Mall, I believe.
Oh,
yeah.
East Ridge.
Yeah, my bad. It's the first place.
There it is.
Yep, there it is.
Okay. What are we gonna call our insight?
I don't know. What do you know?
What I don't know. What is round one?
Round one, it's like a bowling, like arcade, like pool place. It's like an entertainment place.
So kind of like a what's the one that used to be in Milpitas? Charlie and Buster's or something like that. So it's like
kinda
a
like in Dave
family
and
fun
Buster's.
place.
Yeah, it's kind of
Okay.
like that.
Okay, let's call it family fun. Okay, and what's our category?
Something entertainment.
Amusement park.
I want to call it amusement park.
Arcade.
How come it's only going to the A's? I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Start typing another letter.
Hmm?
So say FA, start typing FA.
There you go. Or no, engineering. Oh,
I was looking for entertainment.
yeah.
Gambling. Yeah. Oh,
It doesn't really filter a lot, does it?
There's arcade. How's that?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Okay, so the details is family fun center for all ages. COVID safe. How's that?
It sounds nice.
Okay, so let's save the insight. Oh, Renee, somebody wants in.
oh. Well, right on time. I didn't say that out loud. Let me mute.
Yeah, that was your outside voice.
You know what would be an easy way to do this too? Is have Yelp pulled up next to it and just take the picture and slap it on there.
You got it.
So I think last year when I did my insights, it wasn't actually, I did it on my app, not on.
Not in here.
Yeah, wasn't that right?
Yeah.
I love this so much better. You can tell it's been a year since I've done insights.
So is this meant for customers or other agents?
So no one else can see this except us because it's in the back end of command. Now, Patty, on your app, on the consumer app, can they see it?
That's a good question.
Okay.
There. I'm gonna pull up my app too. This would just be on the Keller Williams app? Would this pop up?
The consumer app. Do I have to show you that too, Zach?
No, I have the consumer app, so I'm gonna try to see if.
Yeah, it's on there, right, Patty?
Well,
Were you doing it on there or were you doing it? You weren't doing it on Kelly, were you?
yes, I did it on Kelly.
Oh, okay.
But no, okay, yeah, Kelly, command on Kelly. But
Okay.
then when I look at my consumer, I still have the notification that says your new KW consumer app is coming soon. Do I just need to update my app?
I think so.
Oh, dear.
Maybe. I don't know. Or you could wait another year.
Gee whiz. I think I'll do it right now.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, I'm not seeing it on there.
So, and then this is the dashboard for the referral network. So I have 2 pending invites on here. So let's see who they are. People are flocking to Vegas from California, so we're going to accept her. And then I have an outbound that hasn't been accepted. So I sent a bunch to our agent so they would accept mine, so they would show up on mine, but not all of them. I got ignored a lot, by the way.
So I've got another question. I've got a referral going out. I haven't put it in command yet, but we still do the same zip form that goes through you. Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Well, and I think they're also tracking it by in opportunities, because there's the referral, you know, you're going to be doing a payment in there. That's where they're tracking the information, as well as within the referral network is when the referrals actually happen and get paid.
Okay.
Okay, so do you guys have any more questions about this? And then we'll zip through. Have you guys attended other of these classes, the 36-12-3? Okay, I just, because we're going to kind of do a quick recap on each section. And I didn't want to have to teach the section. I just wanted to do a little recap with you. Okay, so I'm going to stop my screen share for a minute. And I'm going to switch screens with you. Okay, can you guys see the introduction screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Was that helpful at all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was.
Okay. I'm doing this with no glasses on, so be patient with me. And I think my PowerPoint froze. That's awesome. Oh, here we go. All right. So are you guys good? Everything's good? We're just gonna I want to get you guys to the meat here. So who knows what their big why is? You do, Patty? Are you chuckling, or are you going to share?
Oh, no, I know what it is. So it was putting my kids through college. It's changed, finish college and help each of my kids buy a home.
Okay, so finishing college and each kid buying a house.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Anybody else want to share? You guys don't want to share with me? After all that, you don't want to share? Come on. No? Figure it out. Because when you're hitting your head on the wall, or you're feeling disenchanted, or all of those things that happen to us as realtors, you got to have a reason to get out of bed in the morning and pick up the phone and make that call, even though they might hang up on you.
My big why is to get out of debt, number one, and then number two is to add value to everyone I meet.
I like that.
I like that too.
The add value. I mean, I like getting out of debt, but the add value that's a good one.
Well, and knowing Renee, I'll tell you, the further out of debt she gets, the more value she will be able to add. And it can change. You guys are both still really young, and it will change. You know, it could be for me, probably would be like buying a super cool car and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm a little shallow, I admit it. But as you
want a Porsche?
Pardon me?
I just want a Porsche.
I have a Porsche. Awesome. You should want a Porsche. Go to the dark side. Go to the dark side. Yeah. See, that's perfect. Because do you know exactly how much you need to earn to be able to buy a Porsche?
For that one, 150,000.
What are you saying, Zach?
I was just like, oh, pocket change.
Yeah, well, it's total, but that's an awesome goal, because it is totally doable, right?
It is totally doable.
It is a totally doable goal. And then when you get the Porsche, then you can. So when did you decide that you wanted that to be your goal? Your big why.
I've always loved cars my whole life, and then once I realized the opportunities in real estate, and just seeing like the bigger real estate people, like the Ryan Serhants and like the Grant Cardones, like, you know what I mean? I was kind of like, yeah, might as well just shoot for that.
Yeah, absolutely. So so if it's a 10 point, I got to go from 1 to 10 to be able to get my car. Where are you?
Probably like 3 or 2.
And how long have you had the goal?
Well, I wanted a GTR for a long time, but then, and of course, so like always a nice car for like, I don't know, since I was 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So last year, okay. at least, you know, I don't know, 8 years ago, you got to at least be 18. I think that's great. I think that's great. So do you have any reminders anywhere for yourself on that goal other than on your phone?
Yeah, it's on my calendar right there. I write it in my notebook all the time. Yeah.
Have you gone and test drove one?
I have not.
Go
I've
do
been
it.
to, yeah,
Go do it.
I'll have to try that out.
Yep, go do it because it'll make it more real. So I was 18 and I'm a little bit of a car freak too. So I'm going to digress here. And I got interviewed for the local paper when I was getting ready to get out of school. And it was like, what do you want out of life? And it was like, I want to be successful. I want this. And they're like, well, what does that mean? And I said, I want to be able to go into, because I had a boyfriend in high school, his parents had a Jaguar. I want to be able to go into the Jaguar dealership and pay for the Jaguar I want for cash. Like that was it. Just so you know, since I started selling real estate, I had 3 Jaguars. And then I went to the dark side with a Porsche. So put it out there. And it was a long time after I was 18. Just saying that. Okay. So put your big why out there. Make sure everyone knows about it. Renee, someone else wants in. That's nice. We're almost done. Models, KW models. I'm having a hard time turning this. Okay. The company back when I first started, Renee, you can support me in this. They taught the economic model, the lead gen model, the budget model, and the org chart model. And they taught team leaders how to recruit to that. They taught mega agents how to incorporate it into their business. We stopped doing that. I will tell you, based on some training that your leadership is going through right now, they're going back to this. So if you have not, now I have to watch what I'm saying. If you have not read the MREA, Millionaire Real Estate Agent, you don't understand it. It's all kind of an abstract. You don't even have to read the whole book for me. Just go back and read the 4 models. Okay? Because if you understand these 4 models, they are the building blocks of running a business, no matter what kind of business it is. Okay, so it's not, KW isn't just about selling real estate. It's about really being able to run a business. And if you follow these models, now the cool thing is that your business is based on these models. The market center is based on these models. The region is based on these models, and the company is based on the models. So everybody's operating in the same funnel, and we're all in the same lanes. So it's easy to have a conversation about your lead gen model with anyone in the company because we all understand exactly what you're talking about. Make sense? Questions?
Can I add something here?
Please.
When you say about, these models are for running a business, one of the things that a lot of people forget, they think that lead generation is something that only realtors have to do. And that's not true. If you're a doctor and you just get out of doctor school, you get out of med school and you're trying to start a practice, don't you have to lead generate for patients? if you're a lawyer, you just get out of law school, don't you have to lead generate for clients? Anyone starting a business has to lead generate for clients. And I think we seem to forget that, you know, it's not just the curse of the realtor. It's anyone who starts a business has to lead generate for business.
Make sense? And there's a million different ways to do it. Hi, Zach. I see your little hand. What were you going to say?
No, I meant, isn't that the applauding or is that a raising?
Oh, is that an applaud? Okay. I don't know. I
think
just
that
saw a
was
little
applaud.
hand. And figure out how you want to do it. That's the cool thing about this is there's a million different ways you can lead generate. And it doesn't necessarily mean having to cold call. It doesn't necessarily mean, back when we could, having to door knock. There's a billion different ways you can do this. And you have the opportunity to through the internet to lead generate in a really big way for a really low cost. I remember when I first started folding envelopes and sending out mailers to people that probably never got opened. They probably got looked at and tossed in the trash. Okay. But now you can, you know, you can text people, you can have conversations, you can, you know, do postings on social media. I mean, what a great way to be able to build your name brand recognition and have people to get to know you, that by the time they actually meet you for real, they feel like they're your friends. That's pretty cool. All right. Did you guys all do business planning?
No.
Because there is one more coming up, just so you know. And we're going to talk about the 411 and the GPS. We're going to do zippity doo dah through this lead gen model. All right. Sorry. The whole thing's about them. Whoop, there we go. Cappers, budget models. My goodness.
Okay.
I'm not going to make you guys sit through business planning again. Okay, here we go. 411 and GPS. Who has a 411 and do they actually use it? And who, that was a little shy there.
I just came across it and just filled it out, but I haven't really had time to like put it in action.
The 411?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have good news for you. Because on the 9th of December, from 1 to 2:30, your team leader is going to teach a 411 and a GPS class. So mark it in your calendars.
What was the date again?
Pardon me?
What was the date again?
It's the 9th of December from 1 to 2:30.
So is it Rob or Laura or
Laura.
you?
Laura's teaching it.
Oh, okay.
Laura's going to teach it. She, we talked about this because we're planning out the calendar out that far.
Mm-hmm.
And I will, Brian uses the 411 better than anyone I've ever seen. In Gateway, and he has a really healthy outlook on it because he uses it as a to-do list rather than a task manager list. So, you know, you guys probably know Brian, he's open and helpful and willing to share. So, if you needed, and Laura uses it too regularly. Okay. How many calls, et cetera, open houses do you have to do 3 hours of lead generation? When you guys do 3 hours of lead generation, Are you doing the same thing for 3 hours? Are you doing an hour of this, an hour of this, an hour of that? What is there a system? Or are you just willy-nilly, or are you really deliberate?
I do my phone calls, and then I do follow-ups on the emails.
Okay. Hi,
Now, I
Lee.
haven't rolled everything into KW yet because I just finally got my SAN number straightened out with the FTC. But now that I got my SAN number, I'm recertifying all of the numbers in 5 databases. And I tell you, I've been a little remiss. This has taken me a little longer to roll this stuff over because, well, frankly, I was calling several other people and I thought the company I was using scrubbed the numbers. So that was my bad. I should have really asked them specifically. But yes, when I do my lead generation, I usually start with the geographical area and then call everybody in that particular email farm and let them know what's been going on and try to contact them directly, because obviously door knocking, at least where we live, a lot of people simply don't answer the door.
Right.
But
Yeah, I wouldn't answer either.
we have other ways of getting a hold of people. And just as a suggestion, one of the things I'm doing is my introduction is I'm just trying to do an update on their insurance.
So will you role play with me and I'll be your client?
Yes.
Okay. So, hello?
Hi, Elaine. This is Lee McKim, and I have you on my list. I've sent you a couple of emails, and I'd like to find out how you're doing today during the pandemic.
Oh, gosh, I'm fine. How are you? Do I know you?
Fine. Yes, I sent you an email earlier. I'm one of the brokers over at Keller Williams, and what we're trying to do, at least I'm trying to do, is I'm doing an insurance survey to see if you're having any impacts with your renewals on your fire insurance, because some of my clients are.
No, actually, I'm not.
Okay, so I'll just make a suggestion to you. I have a disclosure I could send you over about these concerns. And one of the big ones is that insurance rates may be going up in the near future.
Oh,
And
dear.
I have resources for you to check into should that happen and you find your insurance is expensive. And there's alternatives for you provided by the state of California.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be great. Do you need my address?
Yes, if I could have your address. You know, I have your email and obviously I have your phone number because we're talking.
Okay, and then I would give you my address.
All right, you could just text it over to me. That'd be just great. And if you have any needs, any real estate needs, or if there's anything I can do for you, certainly just ask me. I have 40 years of experience and I have a lot of hard-won street market knowledge that can help people out achieve their goals.
Great. Thank you, Lee.
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome.
Nice. So it's relevant, it's quick, it's non-evasive, great information.
So that's essentially what I've been doing and just talking to people. I'm sure everybody's doing something and they're probably equally or more successful than I am so far. But as I get this thing rolling, it should be really exciting.
Well, you know, the thing for lead generation is just to do it. No matter what it is, if you just do it.
Yeah, you just do it.
Yeah, whether you're, and I always get, you know, people are, oh, I don't know what to say. I don't know if I sound right. The fact of the matter is 99% of the time, the people on the other end of the phone know less than we do about what we're talking about. And if we don't point out that we don't know what we're talking about, they don't know we don't know what we're talking about.
Say, listen, guys, all these really experienced agents know this, but if you're doing lead generation, you better sound like you know your stuff, because everybody else that called them and got a hold of them, they do. They have a program where they're using word tracks first 1,000 times. They've got that embedded into who they are. And you got to come across as authentic, interested, and concerned with some empathy, and you will get people that say, okay, let's do business with this person.
Well, and then the money's in the follow-up. So you're doing a lead generation. Now you just told me you're going to send me a mailer. If I don't get the mailer, I'm never probably going to read an email again.
Then I wasted my time. Anyway.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's see. Goals to follow up with 411. We've talked about this. All right. Is anybody using smart plans to set reminders for yourself?
I haven't started that. Somebody else probably has, but I haven't.
Sweet. Is it working for you, Jack?
What's that?
Is it working for you?
Yeah, I love it. That's how I do all my follow-up pretty much. With all my clients or even the people I don't contact, I cold call. I just set them up. Even if I do a voicemail, don't contact them, quarterly call plan. I'll call them back.
No, that's great. Yeah, it's nice because it's you can't ignore it once it's sent. I mean, you could, but
It flashes it to you pretty
well, and I feel bad when I get in there and I look and it says you have these tasks you haven't completed, and I'm like, oh
yeah, it's past due or something. It's
Yeah.
it makes me feel bad.
yeah, it's like having laundry at my house that's not been washed yet. I feel really bad. Okay, measuring your results. Are you guys tracking your numbers?
Yeah.
What are you using to track your numbers? Do you have a system?
Google Analytics.
Okay.
That's my main form.
Okay. Anybody else? So I just use, I have a team leader. It's a piece of paper. Basically, it says, how many calls are you making today? And I just hash mark my calls. How many people did I talk to? How many appointments got set? Were they good appointments or bad appointments? What's my follow-up? So I'm just going through this, measuring your results, tracking your numbers. Now you have to do it. I'm not going to make you guys do this part. Look, if you're a Porsche, you see where it says that right here? It doesn't say Ferrari. It says if you're a Porsche. Ferraris are ugly anyway, and they're made of fiberglass. You can't have one. Time block calendars? Yay or nay? In the middle? Okay. Anybody else? Time block. So Renee's our director of productivity, and she shared something with me yesterday regarding her calendar. Was it yesterday? Yeah. That she's changing how she's scheduling out her weeks. Will you share that?
Yeah, I do productivity coaching, and then I also do real estate. And what I realized is I can't do both in the same day, or not do both well on the same day. So basically, 3 days a week I'm going to devote to coaching, and then 2 days a week that I'm going to devote to real estate. So that way I will be able to get stuff done.
So you can chop. I mean, you should. In my mind, you should chop up your week that way, and you should chop up your days that way.
I'd like to put a shout out to Renee because she always brings up time blocking. And before I didn't do it as well, but she's been on so many of these Zoom calls that I've been doing it. And I just want to show you what my schedule looks like today.
Oh, look at that.
Wow. Yay!
Now the circles are the madness, okay? So it's the issue that you thought was already put to bed, and they call you in the middle of another meeting, and there's a crisis.
Yeah. Well, you can
That's
schedule
awesome.
crisis time.
Yeah, you gotta have crisis time, and then
Yeah.
some
Hey,
stuff.
it's not 2 o'clock. You don't get to have a crisis yet.
Yeah, hold tight. Well, and I also think, and I noticed this when I first started selling real estate, was if you bend your schedule to other people, then pretty soon you're taking calls at 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night. And then when you don't answer the call at 11 o'clock at night, now they're mad at you.
Yeah, it's over.
The one thing that I've noticed, and it's especially true with newer agents, and I just think it's the cutest little thing. You get an escrow, and you've got lead generation blocked off, and you get an escrow, and the termite. Well, this isn't just new agents. Termite company calls and says, you call the termite company. They say, well, we can get there at 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay, I'll take it. And then you call the home inspector, and he says, I can do it at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, I'll take it. Instead of saying, I've got an appointment at that time, could we do it at 1 o'clock? And hold sacred that lead generation time. Because as they say, if you erase, you must replace. But I can tell you, when you erase, most people erase. So anyway, I'm just saying that, just because the termite inspector says I can do it at 9 doesn't mean you have to take the 9 o'clock appointment. They are usually available in the afternoon too.
If they want the job.
Just saying.
Okay. Any other questions, concerns, comments? Did we learn anything today?
Yes, we did. We learned how to figure out where people are going.
Yeah, so Lee, you missed migration patterns. So I would tell you to go into the referral network. You can do it on your own. Go into the referral network, go to the map and hit relocation, I think is the word. And it'll show you migration patterns to and from different areas in the country.
Oh, cool.
So you can get an idea of where people are coming from and going to.
Boy, is that map going to change now in the next 90 days? Wow.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's all based on referral networks within the company, and the information's fairly new. So we played around with it for about 45 minutes. It's pretty fun.
Great.
right.
I'm sorry I was late. I was in the middle of another crisis. So
That's okay.
an unscheduled.
Yeah, an unscheduled crisis. Well, I
Of
appreciate
course.
everyone's time, and I look forward to actually meeting all of you in real life at one point in time. I drive in the Porsche
right.
too.
Are you at Gateway as well?
No, I'm the team leader in Santa Cruz.
Oh, in Santa Cruz. Okay.
Your sister office on the coast.
Santa Cruz is a great place to be.
Do our offices ever like mingle together when it's not COVID time?
Well, when we first started, they used to do like a 3-office event or a barbecue. They used to do a barbecue every year at Visona Park. And when I first started, it was like a potluck. They would cook, Andre and Mike would cook the meat and barbecue, and then everyone would bring something to share. And then the last few times we did it, they had it catered with a catering company. It was really good. And then we played goofy games, and they had like the big bounce house thing and all that. We haven't done that in probably 5 years.
Why don't they do it anymore?
I don't know. It's a great question for you to ask them.
Okay.
More power to you, Zach. And then we did, what's the baseball games we used to go to? The minor league team in San Jose.
Big Brother, wasn't it Big Brother, Big Sister?
Yeah, isn't there a San Jose Giants baseball?
Oh yeah, we did that one year to take.
We did that. Yeah, that was pretty fun. I'm trying to remember what other stuff we've done. I feel like we did something else together.
I think now with us having joint meetings once a month, I think what's going to happen is over time we're probably going, especially when we get let loose, that there's going to be probably more of an inclination to do these things together, because I think it's worthwhile. Well,
and it also makes it, because Rob in Silicon Valley was an agent in this office. Laura is an agent. They both came out of this office. So we've all known each other through real estate for quite a long time. So the connection between the offices, I think, is probably tighter now than it's ever been. Just because we all know each other on a personal level. So I think that will probably happen. And if it doesn't happen, I'll ask for it. So yeah, it was, those things were really fun. I got to, I really knew the agents in the other offices, and I knew who worked in what office and who was on the ALCs. Yeah, we used to do an ALC thing. Where'd we go? We went to Asilomar. We did a retreat at Asilomar with leadership in ALCs. And then we also didn't we go to a football game or a baseball game?
I think you probably did. I wasn't there, but I think, yeah.
Yeah, so I think we did a couple of baseball game type things with, leadership in the ALCs too.
We did Asilomar twice.
Yeah, I was only there for one.
I know.
I think the first one was before I was here.
No, we did it. I mean, those were the days.
Yeah.
It's
So
still
that's
good.
a great
It's
question.
still all good.
Yeah, that's a great question though. And the right people to ask for that is Mike and Andre. Have you met them?
Met Mike. Well, on Zoom at least.
Yeah. So just send him an email. He'll answer you.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
We've
once
got a
COVID
phone-
stuff is better.
Pardon me?
I said maybe once COVID stuff is better.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should absolutely plan a joint picnic once we can all mingle. Just
Yeah,
in
it's just
celebration.
it's weird.
should.
I was in here today and I was here and my agent services coordinator and our ops manager. And there was nobody else here this morning. And I was like, oh, this is creepy. There's people here now, but I mean, it was, you know, we have a 9,000 square foot space with 3 people in it. Yeah, it was a little creepy. So we'll get to the other side. There's hope. What are you doing, Renee?
I'm stretching. I'm
Oh,
also
okay.
saying bye-bye.
All right. Well, I thank you guys for your time. I really do appreciate it. And I hope I get to see you all.
Yeah, have a good day, guys.
I'm
Okay.
sorry I missed the first part of this, but I'm glad I got here when I did.
I'm glad you came too, Lee. I always appreciate seeing you.
Okay, talk to you later.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.